There we go. Look at that handsome guy. That's the famous Mr. Skin. And he is the authority on nudity in cinema, first-run cinema. And he joins us now from, are you home in Chicago?
Yes, I'm in my suburban lair.
Now, I can't help but notice over your left shoulder.
That's his documentary.
I know, but I mean, there appears to be a hook that you would hang a picture on. Is that something you have to take down when you do video stuff?
With us, yes. And I'll remind you of what that photo is when we get off the air.
Yeah. If you saw the floor, you'd be horrified.
Now, Mr. Skin, I should point out for those of you that are new to Mr. Skin, he actually was referenced in a famous movie. You want to tell that story quickly?
Yeah, I was Knocked Up is a very popular, it made $250 million and back in 2007. And Judd Apatow was an up-and-coming new director, and he asked if he could put MrSkin.com into his, new movie. And I said, sure, why not? But I had no idea how great the promotion would be. And if you watch the movie Knocked Up, they reference Mr. Skin in a very funny moment. And gosh, so many people have seen that movie, and what great free publicity for my website. It's been cool. I've also been mentioned on Family Guy 3 times. So to me, like those two things, like a Judd Apatow movie and Family Guy, is really just incredible that's happened to me from just a website that celebrates female celebrity nudity in film.
Sincere forms of flattery, they say.
Yeah.
Yes.
The notion, if you will, of Mr. Skin is that in the beginning it was how far into a VHS video you'd have to go before the naked lady showed up, and it's since evolved into an entire digital world of nakedness.
Yeah.
And is this your year-end summary of 2023 in the Nude?
Yeah. So, with all the movies and television that came out this year, we put together, and by the way, Bob, this is my,
Bob's the expert. He doesn't need any help.
I missed Bob was the biggest perv in the history of radio. I loved that. But anyway, Tom, this is my 25th time I've done a top 10 nude scene list. It's just incredible that this has been my job for 25 years. I can't believe it. And so it's it kind of hit me like, gosh, 25 years. And I'm pretty sure I've done all 25 on your show, going back a long way. So, yeah.
I would imagine so, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time for an all-star 25th anniversary.
Yeah, well, right. And I've also thought when I get to, there is one of the nude scenes on my list, I really believe is an all-time top 5 nude scene of all time, but I'll get to that.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, go for it. Yeah. This is in first-run cinema, of course.
Yeah, listen, I'm not a porn site. This is movies and television, that. And what I also do with my top 10 list every year is it has to be a celebrity. Like, I'm not going to take a Brazilian full frontal scene from a TV show in Brazil that you guys haven't heard of the actors. These are famous people or famous movies or shows that everyone has heard of. And what were the 10, in my opinion, the best celebrity nude scenes of the year?
And are these obviously viewable online?
Oh, yeah. Well, I just launched this at MrSkin.com for free. If anyone wants to follow along, you can't miss it. It's right at the top of our website. And I was thinking my very first one I did in 1999, Shannon Elizabeth in American Pie was the #1 nude scene of the year.
Wow.
And it's really incredible that how many great lists. And every year I say, oh, this is the best list I've ever had. And this has a lot of star power this year.
Okay.
Let's go. What do you got?
Well, let me start. I could cherry pick the ones that I think you guys will really enjoy, but let me just start with number 10 is Jenna Ortega on a YouTube, my first YouTube show. It's called Hot Ones. You guys might have heard of this, where people eat the hot wings that they bring on celebrities. It's hosted by Sean Evans. But Now she's famous for being Wednesday Addams on the Netflix TV series Wednesday. She goes on this show, Tom, and she is eating her wings, but she's wearing a shirt with no bra, and the shirt opens up, and I don't know what she was thinking, but you saw a whole right breast during the eating the wings. And I don't know if this was planned or if it was an accident, but you definitely see right breasts, and it was her nude debut. She's never done a nude scene, and that came in at number 10 on our list.
Wow. And she doesn't look like she looks in the television show Wednesday. She doesn't have the braids and the dark dress and that whole look.
No.
Okay.
She's also in the last
gorgeous.
two.
In fact,
the last two Scream movies she's in, and you can see.
Yeah, she's in it, right, exactly. Mature. And she also, we have over 40,000 actresses at our website, and we could track who are the most searched at MrSkin.com. She's number 3. So she's super popular. Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe our guy, like us guys,
right?
To 20-somethings and 30-somethings, she's super popular.
Wow, that's amazing. Who's number 1, by the way? I mean, with respect to the search.
Oh God. Well, it varies. It varies from time to time. I think right now the number 1 most searched actress is my number 1 nude scene of the year. So I'll say that.
We'll hold it in reserve. Let's keep going. We're talking with Mr. Skin.
So number 9 was also a super shocker. It's Jennifer Aniston in The Morning Show. And if you haven't seen this, it's a great show from Apple Television. And they're in their 3rd season. It has a bunch of celebrities, Jennifer Aniston, Reese Witherspoon. And this season, John Hamm came on as an Elon Musk character. And I did not see this coming because Jennifer Aniston hasn't done a nude scene in 17 years. And The Morning Show isn't a show you watch and think, oh, I'm going to see a lot of great nudity. So there's a scene where John Hamm is laying completely nude, and Jennifer Aniston is laying completely nude on top of him. Now, you don't see the Hamaconda, but you do see Jennifer Aniston's butt, and it's not a graphic nude scene, but it's a very sexy nude scene. And Jennifer Aniston's one of the most popular actresses, obviously, and very surprised.
Can I interrupt? The Hamaconda, the rumor is that John Hamm is the Milton Berle of a new generation.
Yes, he is.
Uncle Milty.
Forrest Tucker, I believe, was the famed, the gifted gentleman in Hollywood.
Yeah, a member of the hung jury. Yes.
Yeah,
so,
there we go.
Anyway, so I wanted to jump around a little because there's one I think you guys would be fascinated by. I know I was. So number 6 on our list of the best nude scenes of the year is an actress that, if I say her name, you're not going to know her, but I want to work the story in. It's Brenda Strong. And there's a Hulu TV series called Unprisoned starring Kerry Washington. And in the first episode of the first season, this Brenda Strong, who is 62 years old. And Tom, you're like, well, 62-year-old full frontal nude scene. Should that be in the list? But what's interesting, number 1, she looks great. Number 2 is, if you guys remember on Seinfeld, they had this character in the last 3 seasons called Sue Ellen Mischke, the braless wonder.
Oh,
right? Yeah. So that's Sue Ellen Mischke. So if you're ever wondering what Sue Ellen Mischke looked like completely naked, you could see it in our number 6 nude scene of the year, Brenda Strong in Unprisoned, which was pretty.
She's a pretty lady.
Oh yeah, gorgeous. Now, number 5 on our list, I have a rule that if Heather Graham is ever nude in good lighting, it always makes my top 10 list because she's so good. She did a movie called Suitable Flesh. Now, you guys remember her in Boogie Nights. That was her breakout nude debut, which was,
Was she the roller skater?
Yeah.
Yeah. She was Roller Girl. And if my site was active then, that would have been the number 1 nude scene of the year, but it was before MrSkin.com launched. But anyway, so in this movie, she is topless and she's 52 years old. So it's weird because I've had some older actresses this year, but those Golden Grams look spectacular. Yeah, if you haven't seen this, check it out. I think you'd really enjoy it.
It's a wild flick. Barbara Crampton and
yes,
who I bet is prevalent on your site as well.
Yes, that's funny because she was a scream queen in the 80s, and it's weird. Like she shows up in this movie, and she has a makeout scene with Heather Graham. It's kind of cool that this happened, but it is a sort. It's not. It's called Suitable Flesh is the name of the movie, and Heather Graham is number 5 on our list. So getting to the other, let's say the bottom 3 here is one is our number 3 best nude scene of the year is, you guys know who Alison Brie is. It's a movie called Somebody I Used to Know. And she was on the television show Community from like 2009 to 2015. She became pretty popular, and you're thinking, oh my God, I wonder if she'll ever do a nude scene. Well, once she left Community, she did a Netflix series called Glow about a women's wrestling thing. Yeah. And she was nude in that. And that made my list that year. But in this movie, it's actually weird because it's directed by her husband, Dave Franco, the younger brother of James Franco. And she is fully nude. First, she's interviewing someone at a nudist colony, and they're completely nude talking to each other. Then she runs on a golf course completely naked. It's really incredible stuff. And if you know her from Community, you'll really enjoy the scene. Alison Brie in Somebody I Used to Know at number 3. Now, number 2, you guys also heard of the show The Idol this year, which was a huge disappointment. It's Lily Rose Depp, who's the daughter of Johnny Depp and Vanessa Paradis. And this Idol, it was the brainchild of The Weeknd, who's this musician, and he hooked up with the guy, Sam Levinson, that created Euphoria. And there was a lot of hype about this show. People thought it was going to be, big television show. They had all these stars in it, and it just completely flopped. And HBO just dumped it after like 5 or 6 episodes. But Lily Rose Depp did about 13 nude scenes, and one of them in particular was our number 2 nude scenes of the year. So it may have been a terrible show, but the nudity was off the charts. It was great. So that's number 2 on our list. And number 1, this is what I've been very excited to share with you guys. I hope some of you have seen this movie on Netflix, but it is Jennifer Lawrence in No Hard Feelings. Has anyone seen this?
No, but I've been I've received multiple emails telling me about this her sequence.
Yeah, it's really incredible, and I have to say that in not only is this the number 1 nude scene of 2023, but it's also the definitely a top 5 celebrity nude scene in the history of movies and television. And I'll tell you why. She's an A-list actress. And in this scene, she's skinny dipping. And then there's some kids that steal their clothes at the beach while she's skinny dipping.
The classic.
She runs out of the water. And not only is she fully nude, but there's like kicking and crotch kicking and flipping people over and
little something for everybody.
Oh my God. It is for an A-list actress to be this exposed, completely nude, wrestling with 2 guys and a girl. And the scene goes on for quite some time. I've never seen an A-list actress do anything so out there and so nude. So I
so very nude.
I mean, I put this up there, guys. I put this up there with Phoebe Cates in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Sharon Stone in Basic Instinct, like that. Wow. This is a top 5 nude scene of all time. If you have not seen it, the movie's on Netflix called No Hard Feelings, and a lot of people stumbled across this and were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe."
Sounds like that title is a misnomer, by the way.
Many. Well, thanks, Mr. Skin. We got to go. It's always a pleasure. Once again, it's MrSkin.com. In first run cinema, the top, and in television these days, even YouTube, from Mr. Skin. Thank you, sir.
You got it, guys. Take care.
See you, man.